Good morning, children. So today we are going to start with our fifth sum of exercise 113 of first chapter, second one. Okay, so let's start with our sum. All of you look into your textbooks. So your fifth sum question is two balanced dice are thrown simultaneously. Find the probability that the sum of the numbers on two dice is a multiple of 2 or 3. And in the last video, I have explained you or means union, right? 2 or 3. So we can consider the multiple of 2 as event A and the multiple of 3 as event B. And this whole sentence that is multiple of 2 or 3 we will consider as uh, P of A union B, right? And our formula is P of A union B is equal to, according to the law of addition, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So this is our formula. So one by one you have to find, first of all you have to find P of A, then P of B, then P of A intersection B. So let's start with our sum. So what you have to write first is the union, right? Total outcome. So your union will be, or your sample space will be, two balanced dice is given. So your sample space will be 36, right? Two balanced dice means your sample space is 36. Sample point is 36, right? Now first is event A. Event that the sum of the numbers on two dice is a multiple of 2. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like this your number should come, right? Now you have to take such numbers like 1, 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 1, 3. 1, 2 we have not taken because 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3 is not a multiple of 2. That's why we have not taken 1, 2. Right. Now 1, 3, that is 1 plus 3 is 4. Then 1, 5 we will not, 1, 4 we will not take because 1 plus 4 is 5 and 5 is again not a multiple of 2. So in this way you have to take that the addition should come in the table of 2, should be the multiple of 2. Like this we have taken 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 6, 5, 1, 5, 3, 5, 5, 6, 2, 6, 4 and 6, 6, right? So this all numbers addition if you are doing, then you will be getting the multiple of 2. So your outcome will be m equals 18. So here how many elements are there? 18 elements are there. So your m will be 18. Now we'll put the formula of probability, that is P of A equal to m upon n. That is m is equal to 18 and n is equal to 36. So we will be writing 18 upon 36. And here we are not reducing the number because we should keep the base, we should keep the denominator as the same. Otherwise the calculation will, that whole calculation will be, the method will be more, because if your denominator is not the same, then you have to again make it same, and then you have to do the addition. So better keep the denominator same without reducing it, right? Now the second is B. Even B is the sum of the numbers on the two dice is a multiple of 3. That means 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Like this number should come. Okay, so we'll be taking the numbers that is 1, 2. That is 1 plus 2 is 3. Right? So we will not take 1, 1 because 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 is not a multiple of 3. Then we will not take 1, 3. Again 1 plus 3 is 4. So 4 is not a multiple of 3. Right? So 1, 2. So 1 plus 2, 3. So 3 multiple of 3. 1, 5. 1 plus 5, 6. So 6 is a multiple of 3. Then 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 6. 4, 2, 4, 5, 5, 1, 5, 4, 6, 3 and 6, 6. Okay. So this many numbers are the multiples of sum. Now, so this many numbers sum is the multiple of 3. Now your outcome, that means outcome of B, that is m is equal to 12. So you have to put the formula again, That means P of B is equal to M upon N. That is 12 upon 36. So again we are not reducing because we should keep the base equal. Now your next thing is to find A intersection B. That means even that the sum of the numbers on both the dice should be the multiple of 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means both 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 we will consider as 6. Okay. So what you have to take? So 6 multiple kya hoga? 6, 12 like this. Okay. So more than 12 we can't take because 6 plus 6 is 6 is the last number in our sample space. So more than 6 we can't take, right? 12. So your outcome will be 1 5 2 4 3 3 4 2 5 1 and 6 6. Right. So P of A intersection B, in A intersection B your M is 6. So here now you have to put the formula, that is P of A intersection B, that is M upon N, that is equal to 6 upon 36. Right. Now you have to put the formula, that is P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Right. So P of A is 18 upon 36 plus 12 upon 36 minus 6 upon 36. See, here all the base is same. Okay. So the concept here was, I told you the same thing, that your base should be same. So then only you can do the addition. You all knows the LCM and factors and everything very well. Right. So 36 is the base. Now 18 plus 12 comes to 30. So 30 minus 6 is 24. So here 24 upon 36. Now you can reduce. So 24 upon 36 can be reduced to 2 by 3. Right? Now the probability that the sum of the numbers, you have to end your answer in a statement. That is probability. Therefore the probability that the sum of numbers on two dice is a multiple of 2 or 3 is 2 by 3. Your answer comes to 2 by 3. Okay. Now we'll see the next question. That is question number 6. So the question is, the probability that the price of potato rises in the vegetable market during festive days is 0.8. Then the probability that the price of onion rises is 0.7. The probability of rise in the price of both, that is potato and onion, is 0.6. Then find the probability of the rise in the price of at least one of the two, that is either potato or onion. So now what is 0.8 here? Here 0.8 we will consider as P of A. So first of all, what you have to write? You have to write in a statement what is A, what is B, and what is A intersection B. Now let's start with our solution. Now A is even that the rise in the price of potato, and B is even that the rise in the price of onion. Then A intersection B even that the price of both potato and onion. Now directly the values are given, that is P of A equal to 0.8, P of B equal to 0.7 and P of A intersection B is 0.6. Now what you have to find, children? You have to find the rise in, here it is said that find the probability of rise in price of at least one of the two, either potato or onion. Okay, so P of A union B. Okay, either at least one of the two. It is not said that both the price of both the things should rise. So we are writing and. It is said that the price of at least one. At least one means koi bhi A. At least one. Either potato or word is there, or onion. Okay, so or means you have to find union. Same formula, P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. See here the solution is I am giving. That's why you are thinking that it is very easy. But you have to understand from the question. You have to read in probability. You have to read the question 1 or 2 times. Okay? Then only you will come to know what is actually given in the question. Don't be confused or don't misinterpret all the things what is given in the question. So whatever is given, please, if it is directly given, if you feel it is easy, then also read the question 2 times minimum. Okay, don't make mistakes, because if you are interpreting in a wrong way, then your solution will be wrong. Okay, now P of A is 0.8 plus P of B is 0.7 minus P of A intersection B is 0.6. Then the solution is by subtracting 1.5 minus 0.6 gives 0.9. Okay, so the probability of, therefore, the probability of rising price of at least one of the two, potato and onion, is 0.9. Okay, so this you have to see here, and is given. Here and is given, and I told you and means intersection and or means union. But according to the statement, this should come at least one of the two, either potato or onion. ऐसे हमने इसको consider किया है. This is the way only, the means potato and onion means both you have to see. Here only it is said that at least one of the two. That means either potato or onion. You have to make the question in according to your way, so that you will come to know what is given and what you have to find. Okay, now next, that is your seventh question. See the question. Now the question is, two aircraft drop bomb to destroy a bridge. The probability that a bomb drop for the first aircraft from the first aircraft hits the target is 0.9, and the probability that a bomb from the second aircraft hits the target is 0.7. Then the probability of one bomb drop from both the aircraft hitting the target is 0.63. Right? The bridge is destroyed even if one bomb drops on it. Find the probability that the bridge is destroyed. Okay. So first, what you have to write, what is given means what is A. You know that it is based on the formula P of A in union B. That means you are having three things: P of A, P of B, and P of A intersection B. Okay. So here you have to first write what is A. A is equals event that the first plane hit the target. Then B is the event that the second plane hit the target. Then comes P of A intersection B, event that both the planes hit the target, right? So here the values are directly given. P of A 0.9, P of B 0.7, and P of A intersection B is 0.63, right? Now what you have to do is you have to find P of A union B. So you have to simply write the formulas. P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That is 0.9 plus 0.7 minus 0.63. That is 1.6 minus 0.63. That comes to 0.97. So your statement is, therefore, the probability that the bridge is destroyed is 0.97. Okay. So this was one easy sum. Everything was given, and that question is repeatedly asked in the board exam. So question number 7 and 8 is important. Take this question as important in your textbook. Now your next question is 8th one. The probability that a teenager coming to a restaurant for dinner orders pizza is 0.6. The probability of ordering cold drink is 0.5. The probability that the teenager orders at least one out of pizza and cold drink is 0.88. Find the probability that the teenager coming for dinner on a certain day orders only one of the two items from pizza and cold drink. Okay. So again we have to write what is A. A equals event that a teenager orders pizza. B equals event that a teenager orders cold drink, and A union B is event that a teenager orders only one of the two items from pizza and cold drink, anyone, either pizza or cold drink. See, it is directly given. See in the 1, 2, 3, third line, fourth line. the probability that the teenager orders at least one. Whenever the word is there, at least one. So we are using either or, है ना? Pizza or cold drink, right? So P of A is 0.63, P of B is 0.54, and P of A union B is 0.88. These three things are given in the question. Now our formula comes. What is the formula? P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Okay. So here P of A union B is given, right? P of A intersection B is not given. It is given that here A union B is given. Okay. So you have to find the probability that the teenager coming for dinner on a certain day orders only one of the two items from pizza and cold drink. So what and I am at the intersection, right? So you have to find P of A intersection B. So what I want to tell you is in the question it is not necessary that according to the formula each and everything is. If you have to find P of A union B, it is not necessary that P of A, P of B and P of A intersection B will be given. Values will be given in the question. Sometimes it happens that you have to find out whether it is A union B and or it is A intersection B. That is the main important point, and there only the students are making many students are making mistakes. Okay, so be careful while finding A union B and A intersection B. See, here A union B was given. So your A union B is 0.88 equal to 0.63 plus 0.54 minus P of A intersection B. So here it comes P of A intersection 0.88 equal to 1.17 minus P of A intersection B. So your P of A intersection B will be 1.17 minus 0.88. That comes to 0.2. So here we take C as an event if teenager orders one of the two items from pizza and cold drink. Event C will occur as if a teenager orders pizza, that is event A, and doesn't order cold drink, that is event B. See, here what they said, find the probability that the teenager coming for dinner on a certain day orders only one of the two. Means it is up to that teenager that what he is going to order. So it can be if he can order pizza and he will not order cold drink, or he can order cold drink and he will not order pizza. Two conditions are there. Okay. So let's see that if a teenager orders pizza, that is event A, and does not orders cold drink, that is B dash, does not know. I told you that negative word means complementary. Okay. Or the teenager does not order pizza, that is A dash, and orders pizza, that is B. So your event C, one more event is there, that is event C. So that is P of A intersection B dash union A dash intersection B. Okay. So since event A intersection B dash and A dash intersection B are mutually exclusive, P of C equal to P of A intersection B dash plus P of A dash intersection B. So the formula comes to, what is the formula of P of A intersection B dash? What is that? P of A minus P of A intersection B. So this is the formula of P of A intersection B. Then plus sign is there. Then what is the formula? P of A dash intersection B, that is P of B minus P of A intersection B. So your value comes to 0.63 minus 0.9. Then in another bracket plus 0.54 minus 0.29. Okay. So that is 0.34 plus 0.25. So that comes to 0.5. Right. So this is the value of your, this is the answer of your 8th sum. Okay. So this is also 7th and 8th sum. I told you these two sums are important. So please tick mark as an important sum. Right. Now we'll see the next question. That is your 9th one. So the 9th question is If A and B are mutually exclusive and exhaustive even in a sample space U and P of A equal to 2P of B, then find P of A. Okay. So here what is given? A and B are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. So P of A union B equal to P of U. So if it is mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then your law of addition formula changes. That is P of A plus P of B equal to P. What is P of U? P of U is equal to 1. हमेशा हम P of U को 1 consider करेंगे. What is the value of P of U? It is 1. So P of A union B formula you have to write, and the value of P of A union P of U you have to write. So that is P of A plus P of B equal to 1. And it is said that P of A equal to 2P of B. So in place of P of B, what you have to write? Value is given now. Here P of A, what is the value they have given? It is P of A. See the question, it is given P of A is equal to 2P of B. So in place of A, what you have to write? P of B plus P of B, that same thing we have to write, that is equal to 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3P of B equal to 1. Then P of B equal to 1 by 3, cross multiplication. Then here it is given P, this value is given, right? So you have to substitute the value of B, that is 1 by 3. So 2 into 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. Okay, so what is the value of P of A? That is 2 by 3. Now here you got both the value. What they told to find? Find P of A. So you got the answer. P of A is 2 by 3. Okay. Now we'll see the next question. That is question number 10. Now see, the three events A, B and C in a sample space are mutually exclusive, and exhaustive. And if 4P of A is equal to 5P of B is equal to 3P of C, right? Then find P of A union C and P of B union C. Okay. So see, I told you if something like this is given, see, I will show you. Suppose A equal to B, A equal to B equal to C equal to 2. So what we will consider, see children, this is an important topic, important thing that you have to understand. A equal to B equal to C equal to 2. So what it means? The value of all the three things are 2, are equal. That is A also equal to 2, B also equal to 2 and C also equal to 2. So this means the value of A, B, C are equal. That is equal to 2. इसका मतलब ये होता है, ये जो चीज दिया है ना इसका मतलब. Okay, and here they have not given anything like sorry, they have not given the values like 4P of A equal to 5P of B equal to 3P of C. They have not given anything, so we will consider the total value as X, like here they have given. So 4P of A equal to X, 5P of B equal to X and 3P of B equal to X. Then P of A value is X by 4, P of B is X by 5 and P of C is X by 3. Okay. Now what you have to find is P of A union B union C equal to P of A plus B plus C equal to 1. That is X by 4 plus X by 5 plus X by 3 equal to 1. Okay, that is 15x. So what you have to do, you have to take the LCM and you have to make the denominator equal. So the denominator comes to 60. So here comes 15x plus 12x plus 20x upon 60 equal to 1. So cross multiplication, this 60 will go over here near to 1. So 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 plus 20 is 47x plus 60. So that comes to x is equal to 60 upon 47. So this is the value of x. For getting the value of x only, you have done this way. P of A union B union C. This formula you have used because nothing was given in the question. question, because the value of P of A, B, C, nothing is given. So that's why we have used this formula, and with the help of this formula, you got the value of X. Now what you have to do is simply substitute the value of X in P of A, B and C. That is P of A, what is the value of P of A? That is X by 4. That comes to 60 upon 47 upon 4. So 60 upon 47 और ये 4 ऊपर multiply होगा denominator में, right? So that is 15 upon 47. Same way you have to do P of B, that is X by 5. 60 upon 47 upon 5, that is 60 upon 47 into 5, that is 12 by 47. And P of C, X by 3, 60 upon 47 upon 3, that is that comes to 20 upon 47. Now you got the value of P of A, P of B and P of C. Right? A is 15 upon 47, B is 12 upon 47 and C is 20 upon 47. And then now last what you have to do is to simply substitute the values in the given question. The question is find P of A union C and B union C. So what is A union C? That is P of A plus P of C. It is when it is given that the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, your law of addition formula is different. I am explaining you again and again. The thing is, when the law of addition formula was what? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. This is the normal formula of law of addition probability. Okay. Now, if it is given that in law of addition, if it is the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then your formula again changes. That is P of P of A union C is given. So we will use P of A plus P of C. Okay, minus P of A intersection C होता नहीं है, वो होता है सिर्फ normally law of addition of probability. Here it is given the condition is the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. It is already given in the question. So your formula, that's why your formula has changed. So 15 by 47 plus 20 by 47, that comes to 35 by 47. Okay. Now P of B union C is P of B plus P of C. That is 12 by 47 plus 20 by 47. That is 32 by 47. So P of A union C is 35 by 47 and P of B union C is 32 by 47. Okay. Now this was your 10th sum. Now we'll see the 11th sum. See, find P of A union B union C using the following information about the three events A, B and C in a sample space. See here all the values are directly given. So what is given? P of A, that is 0.65, P of B 0.45, P of C 0.25, then P of A intersection B is 0.25, A intersection C is 0.15, B intersection C is 0.2, and the last thing P of A intersection B intersection C is 0.5. So what they told to find you, that is P of A union B union C. So your formula is P of, here C. Here nothing is given like mutually exclusive or exhaustive. So you have taken this formula. P of A plus P of B plus P of C minus P of A intersection B minus P of A intersection B, A intersection C minus P of B intersection C plus P of A intersection B, B A intersection B intersection will be coming here intersection C. So this is the formula of P of A union B union C, this long formula. Okay, remember this formula, learn by heart all these formulas. So now you have to substitute the values what is given in the question. You have to simply substitute all the values. See, P of A is 0.65, P of B is 0.45, C is 0.25 minus A intersection B 0.25 minus 0.15, minus 0.20 plus 0.05. That comes to 1.35 minus 0.60 plus 0.05. So your answer is 0.80. So your answer for P of A union B union C is equal to 0.80. Okay, so this is the solution of your 11th sum. Right. Today I have started with 5th sum and I have ended in 11th sum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So almost 7 sums I have done. Right. So all the sums are not that much tough, but you have to read the question properly and you have to understand first the question, and then only you have to apply any formula or you have to start your solution. Okay, so you read your improbability, read the question, understand the question first, and then you have to start your solution. So from the question only, whatever is given information, you have to find that first, and on the basis of that you can find the solution. So this 7 sums you have to do the practice, and in the next video I will be explaining you from sum number 12. Okay, so thank you so much for today.